Some of these mining stocks have been crashing down, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you why I believe that is and where I think HUT 8 is going next. I'm also going to show you the Bitcoin halving cycle and usually what happens after the halving comes about, right? So all I ask, if you want to learn more about this, and if you're going to stay for this whole video, drop a like. Would always appreciate that. Subscribe and grab your coffee. Of course, here's mine. Now, we're going to get into HUT 8, and I'm going to tell you exactly what happened yesterday because we crashed over 23% on the day. We closed at $7.12. But what's more important is kind of zooming out and looking at the big picture, especially with these Bitcoin miners. I know there's a lot of people in Wolf, CIFR, I believe, clsk. I'm actually just in HUT, so I was in those other ones, but I actually sold out of them. And kind of double down on some other stocks like PayPal, but I'm also holding my HUT position right now. So this is usually what happens after the halving. You can see the first halving, Bitcoin goes up after the halving. And we know the halving, I believe, is in April of this year. I have to actually check. I'll double check on that. But halving number 2, when this happens, Bitcoin starts to move up, right? And then obviously we enter a bear market. Halving number 3, this already happened. Bitcoin moved up. We entered a new market, and then someone drew what they think is going to happen next. So halving 4 is coming up, and it's actually going to be April 22nd of 2024. So February, March, April. We have about 90 days because today's January 19th. We have about 93 days until the next halving. Now, the thing with that is for Bitcoin miners, it's going to cut the reward in half, right? So right now they can make a bunch of Bitcoin, but when the halving happens, they're actually going to be able to mine less Bitcoin. Okay, so a lot of people are concerned that certain mining companies aren't going to make it through the halving. But what I believe is right now is the time to kind of accumulate these Bitcoin miners, because when the halving happens, Bitcoin's going to go through the roof, which means miners are also going to start to move much higher. And then obviously we'll enter a bear market again. So I'm really holding for the next year into 2025 also. That's really where my time frame is with these Bitcoin miners. Now, I'm going to find out more about HUT and really see what's going on. There was a statement from an executive of HUT that I'll share with you in a second, but I want to show you the article that was put out and why HUT crashed over 23%. Okay, now I might start to diversify more into other miners because I still believe Bitcoin mining companies will do great, but I do like HUT, and I'll show you why. Now, before I show you the article, I want to show you this. Sue put this out. She goes as Big Suey on X, and she basically represents the company, HUT 8. So I want to read this to you, and then I'll go to the article so you start to understand really what happened. So she said today was really hard, and I'm assuming because her stock fell over 23%, which is massive. You know, it's down over 60% in a matter of 22 days. False rumors are like gossip's mischievous cousins. The more you entertain them, the more they thrive. So I believe she's talking about the article I'm about to show you. Not every whisper deserves a megaphone. Reattaching the link to our post-merger deck filed with the SEC. We'll send date for Twitter Spaces ASAP. So I'll keep you guys informed on that. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on X. The link is down below. You can literally click it. Go there, follow me, very simple to do. I post a lot on X throughout the day, so if you want to get faster updates, make sure you do that. Now, here's the article that came out. Bitcoin miner HUT 8 shares tanked 23%. We've been going over this. The firm's share price decline came just before activist short selling firm J Capital Research released an unverified report warning HUT 8 investors of an upcoming pump and dump. So this is why it crashed, because J Capital put out an article, which I'll go into the details of what they said, basically stating that HUT is in business with a Chinese company, I believe, that is known to scam people. So we'll get into the details, but that's why it fell, right? So the question is, what do you guys think? What do you think about HUT 8? Because they're actually a really good miner. They mine a lot of Bitcoin. They hold a lot of Bitcoin. We'll get into those details in a second also. So this is just basic information. They fell from $9.30 to $7.10 in after-hours trading. The sell-off began around the same time as activist short selling from J Capital Research released a report titled The Coming HUT Pump and Dump, which claimed that the firm's November 30th merger with fellow Bitcoin miner US Bitcoin could be placing HUT 8 investors in harm's way. Okay, so there's also some technical things you want to understand about the charts and really where HUT can go next. But the question is, do you think HUT is involved with a scam? Do you think HUT 8 is a scam company? Me personally, I don't as of right now. Now, that may change, but I do like that Sue, who I just showed you, came out on X and made a statement, even though they rang the bell yesterday. She came out with a statement and she said something, right, which is good. Now, also, you want to know J Capital admits to being short side based on its website. So they short the recent 725 million, claiming that UBC has a history of legal trouble. That's the problem, and that the majority of the recent merged Bitcoin miners shares are held by an undisclosed related party. Okay. Here's some things they said. We uncover that USBTC is backed by promoters with a history of legal trouble. Okay, so basically they're saying the company had promoters that were in legal trouble. Lots of companies have different promoters. Okay, like people promote things on YouTube, people promote things on X. So if that's what they're saying, that people that promoted their company were in legal trouble, that's interesting. In its short existence, USBTC appears to have defaulted on a loan and paid 2 government fines, one for committing securities violations, J Capital wrote. Now they're going to talk about the CEO, Michael Ho, who's a USBTC CEO, now HUT's chief strategy officer, hid his relationship with stock promoters called the Honig Group, which was accused by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission in 2019 of engaging in classic pump and dump and fraudulent schemes. Oh man, I really don't want to go down this road again. You know, I've been covering Mullen Automotive, which David Misery is just a horrible CEO. And that's been a mess in 2023. So we got to get to the bottom of this. But again, fraudulent schemes. Ultimately, we strongly believe that HUT shareholders are likely to feel the pain of being on the wrong side of an over-levered pump and dump, only to be left holding the most inefficient Bitcoin miner, which is unprofitable, even as Bitcoin price of over 60,000, the report concluded. Interesting, because HUT 8 is actually a top miner right next to Mara. There's no way to verify the short report. One crypto community member on X, Cantonis Cat, I've actually looked at their stuff, remarked in a January post, many are selling out of panic. It could be real, it could be panic. Unlike many crypto miners forced to sell at least part of their mined Bitcoin holdings due to market headwinds, and just imagine when the halving comes up, a lot of companies are going to have to start selling their Bitcoin to stay afloat because the reward is going to be cut in half, right? Holdings are due to market headwinds, including firms such as Core Scientific and Riot Blockchain. HUT 8 has continued to increase its self-mined Bitcoin stash. They're increasing, they're not selling. That's a good point, right? So I just, the article sucks and we'll see what happens, but that's why I'm breaking this down. And of course, leave your comment down below, really what you think about HUT 8. I'll tell you the next support as we're kind of jumping into the charts. I'm not going to show you the charts, but the next support is at $6.43. Right now, we're trading at $7.14. So be prepared to fall even lower, right? I would probably wait. I also look at the monthly candles also, but that's really where I think we might be heading next if we don't turn around here. So guys, let me know what you think down below about HUT 8 and all these other mining stocks because they're down pretty massive. I made a post on X about like, I just took like the most recent high, brought it to the low, and I think like the least amount was 48%. So most of them are down over 50% in a matter of 22 days, right? So if you believe in mining stocks, it might be a good time to start looking into some companies and start dollar cost averaging in. Of course, this is not financial advice to tell you to buy or sell any stocks. It's really just my own opinion with looking at different companies in the charts. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to drop a like, would always appreciate that. If you want to support the channel and join the Patreon down below, there's a couple spots open for $7 again. So there's only a limited spot to 100 of those spots. So it looks like 3 people ended up getting out of the group. Poor them, right? But it's room for you to join. So if you want to join, check out the links. We have a great community. We'll see you on the next one.